Welcome to our US Briefing Show, folks. Today, we're diving into some hot topics making waves across the globe and in Washington. First up, major airlines like Air France and Lufthansa are steering clear of Pakistan's airspace, all because of rising tensions between India and Pakistan after a tragic tourist massacre in Kashmir. This means longer flights, higher fuel costs, and quite a bit of turbulence for international travel. Next, Harvard University is in the hot seat as the Trump administration pulls federal research funding, accusing the university of misconduct and bias. Harvard isn't taking it lightly, fighting back with legal action and standing firm on academic freedom. Lastly, the courts are making headlines with multiple nationwide injunctions blocking President Trump's policies, sparking debates over judicial overreach and the future balance of power. Please continue to stay tuned for more details. CNN reports that major airlines like Air France and Lufthansa are currently avoiding Pakistani airspace due to escalating tensions between India and Pakistan following a tragic tourist massacre in Kashmir. This attack, which resulted in the deaths of 26 civilians, has intensified the long-standing conflict over the Kashmir region, a territory both countries claim in its entirety and have fought over multiple times. As a result, airlines such as British Airways, Swiss International Airlines, and Emirates are rerouting flights over the Arabian Sea and northward to Delhi to bypass Pakistani airspace, leading to longer flight times and increased fuel costs. Both India and Pakistan have responded by ramping up military activities, including missile tests and security drills, heightening fears of a broader conflict. Despite international calls for restraint from the US and China, the situation remains volatile, with both nations demonstrating military strength amid the ongoing geopolitical crisis. Al Jazeera details how the Trump administration has taken a sharp stance against Harvard University by cutting off federal research funding, accusing the institution of fostering anti-Semitism and lax academic standards. Secretary Linda McMahon's letter accused Harvard of making a mockery of higher education and demanded it cease seeking federal grants, asserting that the university could instead rely on its vast endowment and wealthy alumni. This move follows a federal funding freeze over Harvard's handling of anti-Semitism on campus and its refusal to allow external audits of faculty and students. Harvard responded by warning that these threats could have chilling implications for research and academic freedom, emphasizing its commitment to free inquiry and opposition to government overreach. The controversy is part of a broader political debate in the U.S. over universities' roles, with conservatives criticizing institutions like Harvard for promoting left-wing ideologies and alleged bias against certain groups. Yahoo US discusses the ongoing judicial resistance faced by President Donald Trump, highlighting how federal judges across the country have issued numerous nationwide injunctions blocking his policies. These rulings, which include halting efforts to deny federal funds to sanctuary cities, restricting voter ID requirements, and protecting programs promoting diversity and inclusion, are viewed by critics as judicial overreach aimed at preserving the liberal status quo. The article draws on Julian Benda's 1927 warning about the treason of intellectuals, suggesting that the judiciary has become a tool for political passions rather than impartial justice. The author argues that this judicial activism undermines presidential authority and democratic accountability, with the ultimate decision resting with the Supreme Court. As Trump seeks to restore executive power, the article laments the influence of a judiciary increasingly seen as partisan and disconnected from constitutional principles, raising concerns about the future of American governance and the rule of law. The New York Times highlights Kamala Harris's groundbreaking debut at the Met Gala, where she donned a stunning custom off-white gown that symbolized the event's focus on Black culture and fashion. Harris, a former vice president, emphasized the power of art and fashion to influence politics and societal conversations, aligning her appearance with the gala's theme, superfine, tailoring Black style. Her elegant black and white silk dress, complemented by a subtle green jewel, marked her as a powerful figure blending activism with high fashion. Harris's participation was not just about style but also a statement on the importance of cultural expression, as she walked the Met steps alongside her husband, Doug Emhoff. The event's focus on Black dandyism and the history of Black style, inspired by curator Monica L. Miller's work, provided a rich backdrop for Harris's debut, reinforcing her message that art and fashion serve as vital tools for shaping societal dialogue. The Guardian reports on the upcoming 2025 Met Gala, which will be dedicated to exploring Black style through the theme, Superfine, Tailoring Black Style. The exhibition, curated from the ideas of Andrew Bolton and inspired by Miller's book, aims to examine Black dandyism as both a cultural and identity marker from the 18th century to today. The event's dress code, Tailored for You, underscores the focus on menswear and suiting, aligning with Harris's own preference for power suits. The gala's star-studded list of co-chairs, including celebrities like Lewis Hamilton and Pharrell Williams, underscores its cultural significance. The event will serve as a fundraiser for the Costume Institute and spotlight this pivotal exploration of Black fashion, emphasizing the role of art and style in societal change and identity. The South China Morning Post details the sinking of the BRP Miguel Malvar, an 80-year-old Philippine warship, which was meant to be a target during the U.S.-Philippines Balikatan military exercises. The vessel, with a storied history dating back to World War II, unexpectedly sank due to rough seas before the exercise could commence, marking a symbolic end to its service. The ship sinking, off the coast near Scarborough Shoal, a hotly contested area involving Chinese territorial claims, underscored the challenges faced by the Philippines in maintaining a modern navy amid regional tensions. Despite the vessel's demise, the exercises continued with other military drills, demonstrating regional cooperation and deterrence strategies against potential threats, notably from China. The event highlighted the Philippines' efforts to modernize its military capabilities while navigating complex geopolitical disputes in the South China Sea. The Australian Broadcasting Corporation highlights the precarious position of Australian miners amid the US-China trade war chaos. As China bans exports of critical minerals like gallium, germanium, and graphite to the US, the geopolitical tension presents both risks and opportunities for Australian resource companies. The US, under President Trump, is eager to expedite mining approvals and fund domestic critical mineral projects, potentially channeling investments into Australia's processing industries. However, the reliance on China's dominant market for critical minerals leaves Australia vulnerable, especially as China has previously used its market power to undermine Australian nickel and lithium industries by flooding the market with cheap Indonesian nickel. The Australian government's focus on critical minerals, including tax incentives and stockpiling strategies, aims to bolster domestic resilience, but industry leaders remain cautious about the practical challenges of supporting such policies amid existing economic pressures. Meanwhile, companies like RST Solutions are navigating the complex landscape, leveraging Australia's competitive advantage of a low Australian dollar to continue operations despite the geopolitical uncertainties, emphasizing the importance of sustainable practices and strategic positioning in a volatile global market. Yahoo US reports on the NFL's silent stance regarding potential White House budget cuts to traumatic brain injury, TBI, research and education funding. As Commissioner Roger Goodell visited Washington, a report surfaced about proposed reductions in federal funding, but the league chose not to comment, reflecting a calculated effort to avoid political controversy. The NFL appears to be prioritizing a careful diplomatic approach, opting to potentially fund TBI initiatives independently rather than risking conflicts with the current administration's budget cuts. This strategy exemplifies the league's broader effort to maintain stability and avoid alienating political powers, emphasizing the importance of navigating the current turbulent political environment with caution. Goodell's diplomatic silence and focus on internal solutions underscore the league's emphasis on self-reliance and strategic diplomacy, aiming to safeguard its interests amidst a landscape of shifting federal priorities and budget constraints. Thank you for tuning in. The content above showcases the latest briefing reports and analytical synopses, thoughtfully curated by the 6Do team. These insights stem from a wide array of reputable media outlets, think tanks, government sources, and specialized experts worldwide. We encourage you to explore these sources for a comprehensive perspective. Keep in mind that while the content may not always align with the official standpoint of 6Do Brief, it's not meant to be taken as absolute directives for decision-making. Comprising seasoned media professionals, learned scholars, and accomplished scientists, the 6Do team embodies a trailblazing, fully independent media entity. To customize 6Do Brief to meet your professional needs, you have the option to subscribe to a diverse array of briefings on our website, 6dobrief.com. Regardless of your location, you can conveniently receive 6Do Brief via email.
Turn on the TV screen, see the world unseen. China's on the news tonight, history in the spotlight. Scroll through my phone again, find out where to begin. Stories from the east to west, learning from the very best. News in China every day, learning in a fun new way. From the cities to the march on. Ancient tales and modern times, mountains high and river rise, culture rich in every town, golden driving never down. Every headline a new friend, from beginning to the end, connecting hearts through every word. China's story always heard. News in China every day, learning a fun new way. From the cities to the farms, feel the heartbeat, feel the charm. Every headline a new friend, from beginning to the end, connecting hearts through